Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half acre homestead, and today we're gonna can the pears I managed to pick before the bears absolutely got them all. Now here's the starter of our pear syrup. I have 2 quarts of water, a finger or a half a finger of ginger, 2 cinnamon sticks, some whole cloves, and the juice of a half a lemon. Now I'm going to bring these up to simmer, put a lid on them, and let them simmer away to get the flavor into the water. Then I will strain it off and add the sugar. Alrighty, well I'll tell you what, we've had some excitement. I went out the other day, Gracie hush. I went out the other day and couldn't figure out why all the pears were falling off the trees. And, well, we're gonna cut any bruised parts off, guys. So I went out and I picked a bunch of what seemed like decent ones, just in case. And then yesterday, a bear and 3 cubs came a-wandering into my yard and started eating the pears. Now they got scared off by us and by the dog barking and whatnot. The ground, we had a big branch come off that tree and we couldn't figure out why this great big heavy branch had gotten broken off the tree. Now we know Mama Bear was climbing that tree and shaking all the pears down for her babies. And one of the branches broke. So yesterday, day before yesterday, I picked some pears, and then yesterday, the bears came and we scared them off, and the ground was just absolutely littered, and there was still some pears up in the tree, but I mean, they were, 75% of them were on the ground. We got up this morning, and I said to Howie last night, I said, when you get home from work, you're going to shovel all them pears over to the woods for those bears so they don't need to come and knock it. And he goes, all right, dear. And then this morning, we get up, and there is not a pear on the ground. The only pear left is one lonely, let me see. Oh, this is going to be nice. One lonely pear in the very topmost of the tree. That's all that was left. So I decided I was going to go out and pick the last of the tomatoes, and they're in a roasting pan with a bunch of peppers and onions from the garden, roasting up for oven roasted ketchup. It's my second batch, and oh my goodness, it's good. I was checking to see if my beans were ready for picking for seed yet. I've been letting them go to seed. And I saw a bunch of dry pods. I went out and I was rewarded. This is lemon water here. And I was rewarded with a nice big picking, well not big, but a nice picking of beans for supper tonight. So I got my roasting pan of ketchup, or vegetables for ketchup, in the oven. I picked all my onions. They're out on the deck drying in the sun. What ones didn't go in the ketchup. And so far, this is what I've been doing with my day off, which I thought was my day off. I guess it's not, since we're all talking here, right? And working. But that's okay. You know, I'm telling you folks, I have been saying it since the end of July. We're going to have an early, deep snow winter. Because I have been catching a mouse in a trap a day for over a month. And then the second week of August, the geese were flying over going south. 2 weeks straight, every night the geese were going over. Geese. And now the mama bear, like I've never had or seen a bear on my property before. And before we got, the bins, the new township bins for garbage, We used to have a garbage box out at the end of our driveway. And it got tore up pretty good once by a bear, but we never saw it happen and we've never seen them on our property. But I was talking to my neighbor across the road and she said, yeah, I saw your bear video. She said, it's been nuts here. She said, we've had a cougar, some coyotes, and skunks galore. I said, yeah, winter's coming fast. I said, it's going to be a hard winter. And she said, I don't know about hard, but it sure is going to be early. So I've been listening to my guts on food prep and storage now for months, and I'm just really grateful. Alrighty. Our water is smelling real good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fish out the cinnamon sticks and the cloves. Suppose I could strain it into another pot, but see how nice and colored that is from the cloves and the ginger and the cinnamon sticks. It smells wonderful. Now to this 2 quarts of seasoned water, I'm going to add 1 quart of organic sugar. Oh, I had some water in the bottom of that, so we'll just swirl that around. And we're just going to bring this up and we're going to make a nice, you know what, I'd rather make a heavy syrup. So I'm going to add, I'm going to say another pint of sugar. So 2 quarts of water, 1.5 quarts of sugar. In my big stock pot with a wire rack on the bottom, I've got 3 wash jars that are about to boil. Okay, so here's our pears. I put an extra quart jar in the canner just to be safe. We're gonna fill our jar halfway up with our hot spiced syrup. I'm actually gonna run it through the strainer just to make sure there's no odd bits. Whole spices, the reason we put them in spice bags is whole spices can turn bitter if left inside. So now we're just going to start dropping our pears in here. I think I'm going to get 3 quarts, I might get 4. You can go ahead and make it spicier. Always, always, always debubble just in case. Wipe your rims with a clean damp paper towel. On goes the lid, on fingertip tight, and into the canner that goes. There, I got 3 quarts of pears in spiced syrup in my canning pot. This is a stock pot with a wire rack in the bottom, and the water is above the jars by 1 inch to 2 inches. So I'm going to bring these up to a boil and I'm going to cook them for 20 minutes. There is the 3 jars of pears that the bears didn't get. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, hey, 3 jars of spiced pears is better than none. The bears can have the rest. Well, they took them all anyway. Take care, God bless.